Market update on the 26th. So I was following QQQ pretty closely today. I was trading a little bit. Actually got out of all my puts pretty much right before the bell, and I'll show you why. So we have A right here, clear B wave. Last video I said there's a possibility we go higher, but that was not the case. We went ahead and finished this move right here. It's not actually finished yet, but we are getting closer and closer to finishing it for the first ABC down to 354 that I talked about. So right now we just finished the third wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, which tomorrow morning it might go a little bit lower, but I got out of my puts because there's no point in trying to squeeze out more. So I'm looking for a fourth wave to start tomorrow and then a fifth wave down. And it's pretty easy to see where this is probably heading. The 1.61 fib is sitting here at 353.39. So we have 1, 2, and then within this third wave we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the third wave should be mostly done. Go ahead and mark it the third wave. And so we're looking for a fourth wave, overall fourth wave of the C wave, in which I would be looking for, let's say we go down to 357.50, which is the 1.61 fib here, basically. Let's say tomorrow it goes down another 0.3% or something like that. Then we're looking for a bounce to most likely back up here to like 359, 360, as long as it doesn't cross into the first wave at 360.84. And then I would be looking for something down here to what I talked about before, which is the 1.61 fib of the A wave, down here at 353.37. And that would complete 5 waves, and we'd have a completion of A, B, and C down here. And then it kind of remains to be seen on if this is the end of the move. So we zoom out. I've said in previous videos I'm looking for 340, but this could also be the end of it because it's an ABC move. 353 would get to the middle of this parallel line I've drawn. And so you got to be ready for the potential that this fourth wave is finished and we start going higher. It's very possible. I'll show you why in a second. But it's also possible that this is only wave A, and we do complete what I originally said. So this could be A, B, and then get a C wave down here to 340-ish. The 1.61 fib of 353 is around 341.78. So we'll find out. It could be this week that we bottom and we start going higher. But I still think, just by timing wise, considering that the second wave was over a month long and we just started this on the 16th, I think that this makes more sense to go down here to 340. But also, looking at Tesla, my target on that was 230 to 235. We're already at 239 right now. So, and I actually sold my puts at the end of the day, and it's going down more. Let's get rid of these. So, actually, you know what? 237 was my target. So, it makes a lot of sense. We have another 5-wave move, pretty much the exact same chart as QQQ. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I sold at like 241, a little bit early. Probably could have held on to them, but it finished at 241. But it's probably going to come down here to 237. I'm trying to think where I got that. I think I got that from. No, we've already hit the 1.61 fib. I'm not sure I got 237 for. I think that was just kind of a random target. Oh no, I got it from this. From using this. So 237. So maybe it goes to 237. And that won't be the bottom though. This is only the third wave we're trying to complete right now. That's why I sold. Because once this is complete, let's say it does go to 237, then we're looking for a bounce to at least 244 probably. Somewhere in there, maybe higher, but probably just 244. And then the overall target for this C wave is going to be the 1.61 fib of the A wave, which is sitting at, that right? Yeah, around 230, 230.40. So that's right in the demand zone, and it fills the gap at 235. So it's working out exactly how I talked about when we were at 276. I said we were going to consolidate down to 230 to 235 and then go higher. And so looking at Tesla's chart kind of makes me think that QQQ might not be going all the way to 340. It might just be going down to 354 and then they go higher because Tesla's already at my target. Tesla's not the only stock to look at, but you can see the logic in that. If you look at Meta, this also did exactly what I was talking about yesterday in the video. It hit, it did a normal flat pretty much. So we have A, B, C like this. It might have a little bit more down because it just looks like it has one more move down here, maybe to 276. But again, I'm looking for a bounce on that too. It could go either way. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Tesla. Maybe Tesla will take off and start its fifth wave, and everything else will still be consolidating. You never know how they're going to react. But Meta is pretty much finished this ABC move. I would be looking for a bounce after it comes down here to 276, somewhere up in here. And then that could be the bottom, or we bounce and then go lower. I would lean towards lower, but you just don't know. Apple. So Apple really still is not consolidated. And again, I was talking about 175. So I think that it's still got to consolidate before the next leg up. It wouldn't make any sense for it not to. So I'm still looking for 175 on this. Still remains to be seen though, because it really hasn't moved. Microsoft. So Microsoft, in the last video, I talked about 316 being the target. We are on the way to that, right? Pretty good day for that to happen. Down 2%. And let's zoom in here a little bit. I didn't follow it that much. I just have my targets. And it looks like it's in the third wave. So again, how did I get that target? Identify the A wave, parallel line. That didn't quite get there. It gets to 320. But there's a gap at 318. So I would imagine it gets there. No, gap's at 316. And there's a demand zone there. That's where I'm targeting for this demand zone before going higher. So that gives Microsoft another 5% dip. Tesla's pretty much there. Meta, we're not sure on yet. Apple should go to 175. That's about the same thing. That's about a 5% dip. What is 5% of 358? So yeah, look at that. 18 points. It takes us down to 340. So 340 has got to be the target still. There's a chance that Tesla goes lower than my target, but I don't think so. It's probably going to come down here to 235 and then bounce, and then or 230 and then bounce, and then maybe come down here one more time, but not break the low. So I think this fourth wave is probably just getting finished earlier than the other ones. Let's look at SPY. SPY consolidating as expected, but again, it's got to be almost finished as well. I would be looking for a bounce maybe here sometime soon. Let me zoom in a little bit more. It's got to be in the fifth wave here, in my opinion. This looks like a third wave here, fourth wave, and then maybe if you get down on the lower time frames, it's got to be almost finished. Let's just see if I can get a target. It would have already hit my target. So if QQQ has got another 1% down, SPY might go down here a little bit more, but I'm expecting a bounce pretty soon. And let's just see where the 1.61 fib of this is. So look at that, 1.61 fib of the bottom today is right around the gap fill that I talked about in the video yesterday. So I think SPY is about bottom 2. It should be ready for a bounce. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's a quick update. I'm mainly really tuned in to QQQ, Tesla the most. So those charts are going to be very accurate. The rest of them, I have a general idea where I think they're going. SPY, I know the gap fill is my target here at 423. Let's just see what that is. So we're at 431.50. So that's 2% down. So 5% down more for QQQ. 5% down for Microsoft, probably 5% down for Apple, and then only 2% down for SPY is what I'm looking for over the next probably 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. So I'll leave it at that. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you're not yet. I do these pretty much every day after the market closes, sometimes during the market. And I've been pretty spot on lately, so if you follow my updates, you can generally profit from them pretty well. So anyway, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Have a good night.